It's tough to be a parent. Your kids will often rebel against you, not listen to what you say. They test you and provoke you and then turn around and blame you for their mistakes. But there are good, time-honored principles of positive parenting that I'd like to share with you in this video. I think these will help you avoid power struggles with your child and set a positive example. So let's get started. We've raised 4 kids and we've had power struggles on and off with all 4 of them. Anyone listening to this video knows that navigating power struggles is just a part of being a parent. So it's important to realize that power struggles are a natural part of child development and they really actually serve an important purpose. It's normal and natural for kids to want to do what they want to do. We're all that way. There's so much we could say about power struggles, but I'm just going to touch on 2 points in this video. Number 1, be picky and always win your power struggles. A good general rule of thumb for power struggles is just to be really picky about what's important to you. Don't have a power struggle over every issue. And you will certainly need to be flexible in some cases because we have to parent each kid somewhat differently. When you do engage in a power struggle, you have to win. For example, my kids generally obey curfews that we set. And if they're a few minutes late, we don't get too worked up about it. That's just not that big of a deal to us. It might be to you, it's not to us. And I don't make a big issue out of it unless it needs to be. However, I'm very serious about no devices in bed at night rule. I don't want my kids sleeping in bed with their phones or their iPads. I just don't think it's good for them. I've got lots of reasons for that. I actually want them sleeping. When I caught one of my kids with their phone in their bed, I had no problem taking that phone away for the next few days. And if she did it again, I'd take it away for a week. And if she persisted, I'd sell it. If it's a battle that's important to me, then I need to win that battle. But don't pick too many battles because you can't win them all. And if you try to win them all, that's really going to negatively impair your relationship with them. Now, before I go to the next example, I want to thank you just for watching this video. Are you struggling to communicate with your kids or to discipline them effectively? You know, none of us were given a manual when our kids were born telling us all the rules and things we should do and things we shouldn't do. So we're winging it. We have to learn by trial and error. Well, this channel is all about using my system of correcting and connecting to build a strong, trusting, influential relationship with your child. If that's the kind of thing you want to know more about, like this video, subscribe to my channel, and just share it with any friends you think would benefit. Now, let's get back to this next point. Power struggles might also come from a lack of credibility on the parent's part. We have to ask ourselves, am I a credible parent? Credibility means your kids know that you have boundaries and that you will enforce those boundaries. They know you mean what you say. I'm going to give you an example of a power struggle that I witnessed the other day in which the father had absolutely no credibility and therefore he had no chance of winning. The other day I was walking into an exercise room and this exercise room was right next to an indoor pool. So you kind of had to go indoor pool area in order to get into the exercise room. Well, as I was entering the room, I saw these 2 kids playing in the pool together. One was 13-ish and the other one was 6 or 7 years old. And on the outside of the pool, this dad was screaming at these kids to get out of the pool. And the kids were 100% ignoring him. They acted like they didn't care that he was sitting there yelling at them, and they definitely were not complying with him. Well, his face is turning red, and he's mad, he's yelling at them, and they're totally ignoring him. So I go into this exercise room, and I'm in there for about half an hour, and I remember I could sort of watch this, and the whole time I'm sort of watching this dad yelling at the kids, and the kids, ignoring this dad. At one point, just out of curiosity, I decided to count how many times he yelled at them to get out of the pool and how many times they ignored him. And it was weird because that's all he said was get out of the pool. Or you're done, get out. And I actually counted up to 30 times before I kind of got bored and stopped counting. And I'm sure he said it many, many more times. But it was just fascinating to me to see how little attention these kids paid to their father. His anger, his yelling, his red face, they were not concerned at all. It was as if they knew all they had to do was ignore him, hang in there, and eventually he'd go away, because that probably had worked for them many times before. Well, this dad was not credible. He was not going to win a power struggle of getting them out of the pool, and they knew it. They knew it because they knew they could blow him off, because they knew he wouldn't do anything about it. So again, what does it mean to be credible. Like when you hear a crazy news story or you hear a rumor at work, you sort of wonder, is this for real? You know, is this from a credible source? Can I trust this? When you have credibility as a parent, your kids trust you and they know that you mean what you say. They know what to expect from you, and it's actually comforting for kids to have that sense of reliability, even if they don't like what the boundary is. There's so many things you can do to develop credibility. In my course on credibility, I actually will teach you many things about how to become a credible parent. But for the purpose of this video, it means, it includes meaning what you say, learning how to implement appropriate boundaries, rules, structure, routines. It means teaching your kids how to manage and deal with conflict with each other and with you. It means doing all of this with a foundation of connection that allows you to have influence with your kids in the good times and in the tough times. Are you looking for a more effective way to connect with your child and build long-term positive influence? Maybe your kids are misbehaving, or maybe your child is going through a difficult phase and you just struggle to know how to discipline them, or even sometimes just how to reach them at all. Well, I have over 25 years worth of experience in clinical psychology, working with children, young adults, and their families. And I've also been a dad to 4 kids. I've put together a 4-part video series that's completely free to watch, and it's available online for immediate viewing. Just go to the link in the video description below, or you can go to correctandconnect.com, enter your information, click the button, and I'll send you immediate access.